I was standing in front of glass doors that reflected my own calm face back at me. The chandeliers inside shimmered, casting rivers of gold over the marble lobby. And yet, the only thing between me and the empire I built was my sister's hand pressed firmly against the entrance. Her lips curved into a cruel smile. "You can't go in here," she said, laughing, her voice echoing like glass shattering in my ears. "This place is for people who can afford it." My mother leaned in close to her, whispering as if her words carried the weight of dignity. "Don't embarrass us. Just walk away quietly. We don't belong in places like this." I stared at them, my own blood, my own family, blocking me from stepping inside the very palace I had carved out of sleepless nights, relentless ambition, and a silence they mistook for weakness. They had no idea. I owned the entire building, every chandelier, every marble tile, every glass of champagne served behind those gilded doors. And at that moment, my security chief, a tall man with eyes sharp as steel, began walking toward us. But before the present unravels, I should tell you how we got here. I wasn't always the invisible one. Once, I was the hope of the family. The quiet child who listened more than I spoke, who dreamed louder than anyone dared. My sister, glamorous, reckless, was the sun in every room. People bent toward her, even when she burned them. My mother, blind with pride, never stopped praising her, never noticed the ashes left behind. I was the shadow they overlooked, the one they dismissed with a wave of a hand. "She's practical," my mother would say, "not built for greatness, but useful enough." Useful! That word carved into me. I swallowed it whole, every time they overlooked my victories, every time they laughed at my ambitions. They thought I was fragile, naive. They thought I needed their guidance. But their blindness became my weapon. It wasn't one moment, it was a pattern. My sister never asked, she took. Dresses from my closet, money from my purse, credit for my ideas when relatives were listening. And my mother applauded her for it, as though cunning was brilliance. But the betrayal that sliced deeper came later. I had been building in silence. Investments, networks, bricks stacked on bricks of strategy. And when the first outlines of my hotel project surfaced in whispers, they laughed. My sister spread rumors at family gatherings, calling me delusional. My mother joined her chorus. "You?" they mocked. "A luxury hotel? You can't even walk through the front doors of one." They didn't know the deals I'd already signed. They didn't see the silent empire growing beneath their noses. I learned long ago, reacting is weakness. Calculation is power. So I let them laugh. I let my sister preen in rented dresses. I let my mother look down on me at her dining table as though I were a guest in my own family. Meanwhile, I stitched together investors, secured land rights, manipulated silence into leverage. They played petty games. I played war. Every mockery they threw was fuel. Every dismissal was a brick in the foundation of my resolve. By the time the hotel was finished, glorious, untouchable, dripping in luxury, they still thought I lived on scraps. I never corrected them, because revenge tastes sweeter when it's unexpected. I planned the opening of the hotel carefully. Invitations were sent out, selective, strategic. Family wasn't on the guest list. I wanted them to stumble upon my world, unprepared. And they did. My sister, drawn like a moth to fire, came dressed in silk she couldn't afford. My mother clung to her arm, pretending refinement. They swept to the entrance like they belonged, until they saw me. Me standing quietly at the threshold. They thought I was trying to sneak inside, a beggar at the gates. Their laughter spilled out, loud enough to draw eyes. And I let them. I let them spit their venom in front of strangers. I let the poison seep deeper into their veins, because what comes next matters most. Security, my sister sneered, her hand still pressing against my chest. Don't let her in. She's not a guest here. The chief stopped beside us, his broad shadow covering the both of them. He didn't look at her. He looked at me. Ma'am, he said, his voice low, deferential. Your car has been parked in the owner's space. Do you want me to move it closer? Silence. The kind of silence that crushes. My sister's hand dropped. My mother's whisper died on her lips. Their faces drained, like ink spilled into water. I turned my gaze on them slowly. You blocked me from entering my own building, I said, each word slicing clean. You laughed at me in front of strangers. You whispered that I didn't belong. My sister stammered, You own this? I leaned closer, my voice soft, dangerous. No, I own everything. From the wine in the cellar to the sweets you'll never afford. Even the ground beneath your shoes answers to me. Their silence begged for mercy. I had none to.